And that's why meatball sandwiches give me nightmares. Oh, hey guys, welcome back to the Beats to Go
Wait,
podcast.
what?
I'm I'm Danny.
What are you talking about?
That
What was that?
That was a story that we were telling before we press play, before we press record.
Dude, no, we weren't. We're supposed to make an intro.
This is the intro.
No, I don't know how I feel about this intro. You know what? Let's just roll the actual intro.
Roll the intro.
Why are we doing this? Oh my god.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Beats to Go podcast. I'm Danny.
I'm Tony.
And yeah, this is the third podcast. This is our number 3, numero tres, third time's a charm.
I think they understand what 3 is, buddy.
Number 3, twed. I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know how to say it in other languages at this point. It's cool though. We have 3.
Yeah, dude, our third one.
This is still wild to me. Our
Yeah.
first one is still wild to me.
Who let us do this?
No, yeah, really. Who did let us do this? And we should arrest them. No, I'm just kidding. It's so cool though, like being able to like go to iTunes or Spotify and see, or like
Yeah,
hear
it
yourself.
looks so official. I'm
Yeah, I
like,
know.
yes.
It looks real, and I'm just like, yeah. I mean, this is real. We're production, and yes,
professional.
We're
Yeah,
professional. We
yeah,
know what
yeah.
we're doing.
Yeah, for
but
sure, for sure.
besides that, this is so cool.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
Oh, but it really is super cool to just like see you and be and just be like, whoa. Especially since like your friends and everybody around
You know,
is, like,
I just saw this week the statistics or whatever what
yeah,
it's
yeah,
called
yeah,
of our first podcast.
yeah, you told me, yeah, I saw it
I
too.
was impressed.
Yeah, I was super. Thank you guys.
I didn't
yeah.
think that many people would see it.
Yeah.
Not even.
Really?
I thought only like 20 people would probably see it or something.
Really?
But no, way more.
Yeah, we had a way more. Yeah, I thought I was like, oh yeah, I think we can get at least like 30 people, but no, way more people
Yeah.
like actually like saw it, and I'm like, well, thank you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
It means a lot. Yeah.
Bro, so I haven't told you, but there's a story that I have to tell you that I've been
Okay.
keeping from you all week because
This
I've
is
been wanting to mention it in the podcast.
this is true. He told me like the other day. He told me, "Hey, there's a story that I need to tell you, but I'm not gonna tell you." You know, and we have a safe word.
No, we're not saying the same word.
I don't know. Just go. Tell me this. I'm surprised.
Okay.
I'm super surprised.
Okay. So
I'm excited.
last Saturday, we went to the movies. Remember?
Yeah,
We went to go
yeah.
see. What did we go see?
Escape room.
Oh, the escape room. Yes.
yeah,
that was good.
It was a good movie.
No, I hated the ending. Actually, that was a terrible movie.
The ending was weird.
the ending sucked, but it was a good movie though.
It was a rent it for me. You know, I'd rent it. You know.
Is
or
that a new
stream it.
slang word?
No, that's like what like the movie reviewing people say.
Really?
Yeah, they're like,
Okay, well
like,
now people are gonna hate me for that. Anyways, so funny story. So after remember how we all kind of went our own ways?
yeah.
So my friend Gigi, she ended up coming over. Well, we were gonna come over to my house.
Mm-hmm.
We were just gonna like play with Xbox or whatever, just chill. Oh,
Shut-
dang it!
shut-
We mentioned the Xbox for the third episode. We talked about this on the last one. I told you I wasn't gonna do it. I
We're
did it
not
again.
gamers.
Okay. Anyways, moving on. We mentioned the Xbox. Okay.
Shout out to Gigi, by the way.
Yeah, it's my best friend. So we ended up going to a taco truck, right? We went to Aki by 288. And we're like, oh yeah, let's just go eat some street tacos, right? And so we stopped by, we eat the tacos, we chill and stuff. And then it was kind of getting late, so she was gonna head home already. And so whenever she was trying to go home, we found out that there was gonna be traffic by the freeway. So I was like, oh, instead of turning left to go up to the freeway, just go straight, and then take another left. That road will take you to your house. And she's like, oh, okay. So she goes straight, and all of a sudden during the phone call, I hear, poosh. I'm like, in a split second, like my first thought was like, oh my god, she just crashed. I was freaking out for like a split
Like
second.
you heard like a boom.
Like it was like a car crash type of thing.
Yeah. So
and then
y'all were calling each other.
yeah, we
right?
were on the phone. And then after that I hear, oh shoot. And I was like, okay, first of all, she's alive, so that's good. We're good. And then I was like, what the heck happened? And she was like, Mano, she was like, she calls me Mano. I call her Mana. And she was like, Mano, like I think my tire just popped. I was like, no way. It turned out what ended up happening, she ended up pulling over with the gas station nearby. And I went to go pick her up. And we went to go check out the car. And the front right tire was completely blown out.
Are you serious?
Like it was popped because she hit a hole.
Oh.
She hit a hole. And I know that hole because we always avoid that hole. And so she hates it every time I mention it because sometimes I pass by there and I was like, oh, look at the hole. She's like, shut up. But it was, oh my God, it was something else. So here's what ended up happening. So we pick her up at the gas station and it was already late. So there was barely, like, there's no, like, tire shops are closed by now. We're like, crap, what are we going to do?
Yeah, this was like, what, 6, 7 type?
What do you mean?
Like the time?
Oh, I don't remember. It was like 8, I think. Yeah, it was around 8.
Eight?
And so, and my parents had this like big thing that they were doing at home, so they needed Matthew or one of us to take care of Sammy, our little brother. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go pick up Gigi. I drop off Matthew at the house so he can keep taking care of Sammy, and then Gigi and I are gonna go look for a tire shop that's open. We kept calling and calling and calling. Dude, nobody was answering. Like, everybody was closed. And we're like, what the heck? Until finally we saw a shop kind of closer to church. It was a 24-hour tire shop. We're like, okay, sweet. They're open. So
It's so weird.
I know. So we ended up calling. We're like, hey, so we need this tire for this type of car and stuff like that.
Like now.
Yeah. And they're like, yeah, we got it. Just come in. We're like, okay, cool. And we asked them how much they charged for the tire ended up costing $50. And we asked them, okay, how much do you charge if we were to ask you guys to go to the location of the car and fix it yourself? And they're like, that'll be like $110 for service. We're like, what the heck? We're not going to pay that much. I mean, like, just for them to go do it. We're like, we could just do it ourselves. So we ended up going. We go to her car first to check what tire size it is. And we just leave. And we go straight to the tire shop. I'm like, okay, let's go. We get there. And this Mexican guy pulls up. And he's like, hey, tú hablaste de la llanta, right? Saying you called from the tire, right? I was like, yeah, it was me. And so we're like about to like pay and everything, and like he brings the tire, and then he looks at me for a second and like all like confused, and I was like, what? He was like, where's the tire? I was like, it's in the car. He was like, why didn't you bring it? I was like, because it's in the car. And then he's like, how do you plan on changing the tire? I was like, I can change the tire. He was like, can you change the rim? I was like, the rim? He was like, do you have the special like machine that you need to change the rim? I was like, what are you talking about? It turns out I needed to bring the tire to them. I didn't know that. I was like, what the heck? So we showed up with no tire and it was already late. I was like, you know what? I asked her, I was like, what do you want to do? She was like, you know what? Let's just tell them to go do it. I was like, okay, fine. So we ended up paying like $160 for that thing.
My.
Yeah. And it took forever. We got home late. It was something else.
Stupid.
Yeah, for the tire.
There's gonna be a lot of people gonna be saying like, do you not know how tire shops work?
Yeah, and that was my first time. It was both of our first times like doing that. Yeah, so I did it.
This just shows how young
we are.
How young.
Yeah, literally, dude.
Like
Oh
we're still learning so
I'll tell you
much.
what, though, it was fun.
Yeah. It's one of those. It's one of those stories where it's like
it was a fun experience, adventure. Yeah, yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
You know? Oh yeah. No, sorry.
What?
No,
What were you gonna say?
No, I can't say it.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
We're just gonna retract that. No, but everybody has those types of stories where it's like it sounds bad and it sounds weird, but it turns out being like one of the
your goofy moments.
Yeah, like,
where you're like
some
you just
good
didn't know.
some good memories that we have. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, or like goofy moments and like, cause I know you and me have a couple of times where I've come over to your house and we've just done stupid things.
Yeah. So this was our first week of school. You know,
Oh, dude.
how was school for you, dude?
It was
HBU.
good. Yeah, it's so far it's been really chill. I've worked out my schedule where it's a lot more open.
Yeah.
Like a lot more open. But it is so far everything's been fine. Everything's been really chill. And actually I was something cool happened like in the beginning of the school week, like that Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So as the that Monday I went to school, did everything, and was like, okay. So I went to go pick up my mom and my brothers from school. And I went, picked them up and everything. And while on the ride home, my mom was telling me, "Hey, so do you remember so and so teacher?" And she's
Mm-hmm.
not an old lady, but she was a lady that worked she works in administration at the high school I used to go to,
Yeah.
and she's been knowing me since I was in elementary. So
Okay.
she's known me since I was like tiny. Like I'm still tiny, but
Since you were like 400
not yeah.
pounds.
Since I was like
You
what?
didn't hear me?
Nine, what would you say?
I said since you were like 400 pounds.
Yeah, shut up.
I'm just kidding.
Shut
I'm
up.
kidding. I'm kidding.
450 to be exact. I was kidding. No,
That's
but
cool.
I used to be such an ugly. Well, I'm still pretty ugly. No, I was kidding. But back then I had a shaved head.
Oh my. Oh.
I
I
didn't
remember that picture.
I didn't really like cutting my hair, and I saw my parents like they would give me haircuts, but it pretty much looked like I had like shaved all my head. Like they basically put zero all over my hair.
Yeah.
And then later on in middle school, I was like, you know what? I kind of want hair now. So then I went through a whole Justin Bieber thing. Do you remember
Oh,
that?
yeah,
That's how we
that's
met.
where
actually.
that's
how
when I
we
met you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He met me when I had like long emo-ish hair,
Dude,
and
I'm never gonna be able to experience. Well, maybe someday, but I've never had the experience of going inside a barbershop before.
What do you mean? Oh
Because
yeah,
my mom cuts
yeah,
my hair.
Yeah.
She
yeah.
studied cosmetology when she was
Yeah,
younger,
yeah.
and so like she just cuts our hair. Like she doesn't do it anymore. Like she doesn't like, work at a barbershop or anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But she still practices on me and my brother, and my dad. But like that's it. Like that's how it's been our whole lives. We've never been to a barbershop. So the day that I end up leaving and like, well, I don't want make
Saying
it all
it. Yeah,
depressing and
yeah,
stuff. But
yeah,
when
yeah.
my mom's not here anymore, like, how am I gonna go?
That's
Like,
so-
I don't know-
that's so
I don't know what
weird.
it feels like. I don't know what it's like. I don't know what to ask for. Like, hey, can you give me a haircut? And like,
Yeah,
I've heard
because
people that,
usually you're just like, Mom, just cut it. You know what to do,
oh
right?
yeah, and I would always hate it when my mom would cut my hair when I was little. But now I'm always asking her like, Mom, can you cut my hair today?
Yeah.
Mom, can you cut my hair today? And she's like, Oh, no, I'm busy today or something.
Yeah.
But
Actually,
it's,
my barber and me are like, we're tight. We're tight.
yeah, I always hear that. I always hear
Yeah.
that. I was like, everybody's tight with their own barbers. I'm like, I don't know what that feels like.
I have his number and
I mean,
everything.
I'm tight with my mom, but like,
I have his number and everything.
Really?
Yeah, because I usually let my hair grow out. Like I cut it and then I let it grow out for a while.
Yeah, you do.
You know that.
Yeah.
So when I come in, that fool has to do surgery. So I usually just call him up. I'm like, hey, bro. I'm not gonna say his name, but he's like a Guatemalan. He's like chill. He's like, hey, bro, and he's like, what's up? And I'm like, hey, you guys open? Are you there? And like, see. Come here, and I'm like, cool. He doesn't really speak English that much.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, and then I go over and I'm just like, and it's so cool because I'm like, he's just like, lo de siempre, the same, and I'm just like, yeah, just give me the same. Or if I want like a certain look or anything, I don't have to like be specific. I'm just be like, I just want you to do this and this. He's like, I got you, and he does it for me, and it's really
Yeah,
So me and
that's
him
cool.
like, and this is a relationship that like, at least me and my barber, we had to grow for a while. So my dad found this like barber shop a while ago,
Okay.
and we went to it, and it was pretty far from where we lived, but they cut hair really well, and
Yeah.
there was two guys around my age. And I was like, oh, those are two cats. And they had just came from Guatemala and everything, but they knew how to cut hair like pros. And I was like, dang. And then all of a sudden we went back to the barbershop and they weren't there. And they're like, oh, snap, what happened? Did they like get deported? What's going on? Like,
Oh, that's so bad.
Like I know it's bad, but like this is real life. Like we
Yeah.
had those thoughts.
If
Like
we're being
like,
honest,
I know,
yeah.
yeah. And I was like, we were like, oh, what's going on? And then we talked to the main guy, and he was like, oh no, they left. I gave them money to start their own barbershop and everything, so now they're doing that. And we're like, oh, could
Yeah.
you like pass us the address, please, man?
Yeah.
And then he was like, guess I'm losing customers today. And like, yeah, you kind of are.
That
And then
sucks.
and then ever since then we've been with like just those guys, and they
Yeah,
have their
yeah.
own thing and everything. So
That's
yeah,
cool though.
yeah. So we've known them like and everything. They're really close to my dad, especially since for those who know my dad. So they're all
That's
really close to my dad.
hilarious.
Like, I'm like, oh, he's working, and I'm like, ay, pues, decirle hola, and I'm like, okay. And then like he say, I'm like, oh, hi, dad, and they're like, te mandan un saludo. They're saying hi to you, and then like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, cool. Tell him to give me a haircut next week. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so wait, back to the story that I had.
Oh, yeah,
This,
yeah.
so this week, a woman that is that did administration for the high school that I went to. She's been knowing me since I was a little kid, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And she recently started working at the high school again. She left a while ago, like a couple years back.
Yeah.
She went to Dubai
Oh,
for like
nice.
I have no idea why, but she went. All I know is that like she went to Dubai, we were there when she left because like when she was cleaning out her apartment, she was like, "Oh, do you want my mattress and TV and stuff?" And we were like,
Oh.
"Yeah," you know, So we had all that going on, and then she came back out of nowhere, and we're like, "Oh snap, what's you good?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna come back because you guys need people," and like. And we're like, okay, cool.
What?
So yeah.
You're
So
gonna come back from Dubai because a school needs
I
more
don't
people.
know. That's what she said. I don't know the real
Well,
story.
yeah,
She
that's
probably
true, that's true.
hiding some dirt,
Yeah.
but I don't want to
No,
say
no, I don't want
anything.
to get into it. Never mind. Yeah.
But
yeah.
point
It's
is,
personal.
she started working. She's the sweetest woman of all time. She's really nice.
Oh, that's sweet.
She's really cool. But she's also, at least to me, she's the sweetest woman. To a lot of the students, she's very very scary. That type of teacher.
Yeah.
That's how she. But to me, she'll always be like the nicest person in the world. And then, so my mom works at my old high school, and that's how we were able to build that such
Yeah,
a close
yeah.
relationship. And
So-
in like in the beginning of this semester for me, that woman said, I will pay for all of Daniel's books for this
No
semester.
way.
Yeah. And
Dude.
my mom was like, my mom almost teared up when she said that to her.
Yeah.
And she was telling me this on a car, and I was like, what? And we got home, and I was like for real?
You're kidding.
Like really? Like I could, because
For people who don't go to college or are still too young to go to college,
Books
and
are
everything,
expensive.
That's a big deal because books are really expensive.
are very, very
for
expensive.
one class. They're
Yeah.
like $200 or $300. It's so ridiculous.
And me, I have a lot of my college paid, but there's things like books and certain types of things that
Yeah.
I have to, pay for myself. And the fact that she said that, she was like, this year I'll cover all of Daniel's books. And I was like,
dude.
well, it took me back. I was just like, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
And I didn't like, I'm still like out of words because it's
Yeah.
like that's such a big price to pay. A little part of me was like, man, I should have taken more classes this year. But no, but in all seriousness, if you're listening to this, which I don't think she is, she knows who she is. But thank you so much. You really blessed me and my family at least this time. That was because it's really cool. To be able to say like, oh, all my books are covered just by a person that I've just known for, she's just been really nice.
Yeah.
Then it's been super weird.
That's really cool.
She's always been super lovely with us and everything. So yeah, so because of that, we started college on a really good note.
That's awesome.
So college for me has been, really fun. What about you? How's
My first day?
How's school going for you?
Dude, it was actually kind of funny. Okay, so if you know me, like, I don't know how it seems like on the podcast, especially since the fact that I'm doing a podcast, it makes me look a little different. But I'm actually very introverted
This is true.
because I just don't talk to people. I'm not
Well,
a fan of that.
you're
Like,
very-
I'll talk to you. I'm very like cool and everything
With
like,
your friends
people.
and everything, right? Yeah.
But like when it comes to new people, I am so awkward.
Really?
I am so
I've
awkward.
we've never been to school. I mean, we did.
Oh, yeah,
We
yeah.
went to music school, but even then,
But yeah, like, we all kinda-
we were comfortable with each other and stuff. Like the first semester,
know-
obviously, we were like quiet. I don't know.
Now that I think about it, I kind of just jumped in. Because I never had a close relationship with any of y'all. Like in the beginning, like
None of
there
us
was a
had really
group
close.
like the
Yeah.
singers were like friends and everything, and like all the guitarists were friends and everything. But the
Yeah.
drummer, I was never like I never got like
Friends.
oh yeah like every day.
Yeah.
It was with Carlos that I started being more friends with.
Shout out to Strawberry again.
Yeah, oh yeah, we talked about this in the last podcast that he called me saying, "Hey, thanks for the shout out."
Yeah.
Okay, but anyways, so I show up to school on Monday, right? And Monday was actually a funny day, dude. I need to tell you about it. So I show up to school.
This is the
my
right
first
platform.
class, my first class is at 9, right? On Mondays I start at 9 and I end at 4, which is like the longest one out of the whole week. Every other day I finish at 1. But anyways, so I'm in this big auditorium class,
Oh,
where
I don't like those.
yeah, and the professor was really interesting because typically professors are like very like hard with you. You know what I mean? Like they don't give a crap about you. They just like you either learn this stuff or you don't and whatnot. You know how that type
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah,
oh
yeah,
well
yeah.
you go to HBO. I don't know how it's like there, but
Depends on the class, but yeah.
yeah, I guess yeah. But this professor, this was for chemistry, and he was like, yeah, I believe that teamwork is a very strong thing and necessity for students to pass their courses and stuff like that. It was like inspirational and stuff, right? But and then after saying all that, he was like, so I want you guys to take 3 minutes right now and look at the person next to you and just greet them. Say hi, get to know them, tell them what you're majoring in and stuff like that. As soon as you said that, I was like, oh no. I was like, no, I don't want to talk to anybody.
I don't like people.
Dude, I was like, oh, okay, fine. But I was like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything if they don't say anything. You know, like I'm just gonna stay like this. But then the guy next to me, I had a guy on my left and a girl on my right, and the guy on my left, he was like, "Hey, what's your name?" I was like, "Oh crap, okay." But like I was nice to him. I was like,
Shout
"Hey,
out to
hey,
guy
hey."
on the left.
I forgot his name. Now I feel bad. But I was like, "Oh, hey, my name's Tony." And he told me his name, and we were talking about he's majoring in civil engineering, which is kind of close to mechanical engineering as well. And then we finished our conversation, and I kind of just looked to my right, and the girl she just looks at me. She's like, "Hi." I was like, "Hi," and we both did like it was really awkward. I was like, "I'm very introverted." She was like, "Me too." So I was like, "Okay, yeah, we're good.
Okay, cool.
I think that's it, right?" And yeah, so it was chill. It was a cool day, but so school was fine. I think this year is gonna be pretty easy.
Yeah,
But
same here.
oh man, let me tell you, Monday night.
Oh snap. Okay.
So
Tell me this story.
so I think I mentioned in the first episode that I work at the church. I was helping out my friend. I don't think he'll mind if I say his name, right? Josh. Yeah, it's okay, Josh. Hey, Josh.
It's gonna be a
Um,
guest. Soon.
and we
Spoiler
were
alert.
we were mixing for this event that was going on, right? And so service starts, and the speaker wanted to use a lapel mic. A lapel mic is a little mic that goes into your shirt or whatever.
You ever
like
see the mics like on Jimmy Fallon
Yeah,
or just
well, you
any
never-
talk show or
well,
anything?
actually, you won't typically see them because they're meant to be hidden.
Yeah, they're meant to be hidden, but if every now and then you'll see
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Every like on certain interviews or like movie interviews with certain celebrities, they'll you know how they have little mics like
Yeah.
on the rim of their shirt. That's the type of the mics he's talking about.
So they're meant, since you're not facing down when you're speaking, you're facing forward. They're meant to capture all the sound that surrounds you. So and in the room that we were in, there was a very high chance of the whole thing going of it feedbacking.
Yeah.
So I had to stand like kind of close to the stage, ready to run and give him a handheld mic just in case it started feedback in the beginning of service. And like this service is kind of like a bigger deal, so like they're very strict on like the things to go in order. So like we're all like really tense as it's about to start, and then the guy starts speaking and everything was fine. We're like, okay, cool, we're good. And then a couple seconds later, a couple minutes later, a lady came up to us. She was like, "Hey, can you send the sound, the feed, into this other room, into the back room over there by the cafe?" And we were like, "What? We have another room set up already for oversize." And they're like, "Oh, we just sent people over here." We were like, "Oh, snap, okay." So So we were trying to figure it out. We're like, okay, we have speakers in there. If everything's patched in correctly, we should be able to send it fine. So we turn on the fader, and nothing shows up on the cafe. So we're like, what the heck? Okay. So we try to like rearrange the channels and all this repatching and stuff, and we're not sure what happened exactly, but all of a sudden, the sound in the entire front house was dead in the middle of him speaking.
Like the whole thing.
Yes.
Like it sounded like
There was nothing.
Like
Like
that?
nothing was coming through. And we would look at him, and he was still talking, nothing was going through. We were like, oh, snap. And this is going live on the internet.
Yeah.
So we were like, crap. And so we started running and everything, like trying to fix it. Long story short, Josh ended up just shutting down the entire board and turning it back on, and then it was fine. we were like, what?
that's the equivalent of whenever they're like, my phone doesn't work, just turn it off and back on.
Yes, it was so dumb. We were like, what in the world? And it felt like minutes passed by. It felt like 10 minutes passed by of us trying to fix it. We went back upstairs to go check like the footage, because they recorded, and yeah, I mean, it only took 45 seconds actually, but it felt like 10 minutes, dude. I was like, what the heck?
Time is slowing down. He was like, the microphone.
No, dude, that was intense. Josh had a huge headache right after. I was like, oh,
It's so
snap.
funny to me that it's that because it'd be like that sometimes whenever something big happens or whatever, and it turns into, you know, the littlest thing possible. Or like whenever, do you ever get this whenever you're playing, and if it feels like that was like what 5 minutes, you get off and you check the time and you've been playing for like 30 and 45 minutes.
That always feels
That happens
weird.
to that's
It's
such a
like
weird feeling to me.
Songs are about 3, 4, 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
Well, worship songs go up to like 7 minutes long.
and then
but it
depen-
doesn't feel that way.
Yeah, and depending
Especially
who's
when
like
you're
leading
playing.
it, like they extend it or
Yeah.
whatever, and it usually it feels like it goes by and so quick,
Yeah.
especially to us. I don't know, because you know we're at least most of the time we're on stage, and I'm always checking the time. We're like, okay, we're starting at 7. We play 7:45.
That was quick.
I thought it was gonna be like 7:15 or
We
something.
finished like 2 or 3
I know.
songs. It's already 7:45.
I know.
Bro, do you smell that? Is that macaroni?
That's weird.
What?
We're putting this in the pot.
Oh, it just smells good. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think it's soup.
Soup. Oh.
It does smell good.
Yeah.
It is.
Hey,
Oh,
I
for
just,
the-
I just want to say really quick. I'm not sure if you guys want to put this in podcast or not.
We're
but
cutting
why
this out.
did it take Josh 45 seconds to give up? and
Shut it down. For those, okay,
we don't know
for
why.
for those who don't know, my brother is in the room right now. He was just here to listen. He's not really saying much. We didn't give him a mic, but dude,
I hope you guys heard him.
It was something else, man.
That's so weird though. Like that this the thought, and connecting a lot of this together. It's that all this craziness happened, and you're still an introvert.
Look, man. I mean, well, that has nothing to do with it.
No, I know, but I'm just thinking because you pointed this out like literally in the middle of this podcast, and I'm right now. I'm still thinking back to it. I'm like, oh my god, he really
I'm
is
very
like.
closed in.
I know you really are like not including your friends. Like you're
Yeah.
very like
Oh, I'm very
to
close in. I
yourself.
don't like to say stuff.
I'm like, what would you consider me?
You're extroverted. Matthew said an idiot.
I'm a smack. This is Matthew's only appearance in this podcast.
He whispered it too. He whispered it. He
For
was
those who
like,
don't know
"Idiot."
Matthew's role in the podcast, he does a lot of the pictures and stuff. So this
Yeah,
logo.
so my brother,
is
my brother's a photographer / videographer / whatever you want to call him, because he likes to call himself different things to sound more important. But yeah, shout out to Matt and Media.
Shout out to Matt M Media.
No, but anyways,
No, but and I think I could consider myself an extrovert.
yeah.
I know when I'm
think
first
so.
like meeting people, I'm like, okay, because I'm always quiet, not necessarily because I'm shy or anything, but I'm just like, okay, what's going on here? I'm just like
Yeah.
reading out the room or whatever. I'm just like, okay, cool.
and then you let it out.
And then I'm just like, okay, you're cool, and we're all cool. Yeah, and then I just
What's
like
up,
let it.
guys?
What's up, guys?
No.
No, but yeah, and yeah, I guess that because back in music school, you were, I guess, yeah, you were pretty to yourself. At least the first for the first couple like semesters
Yeah,
for
like I
the
was
first
very
while.
silent. I just don't like
Yeah,
to talk.
maybe that's why.
I don't know how
Maybe
that happens. Like
maybe.
I guess the way you grow up, the different experiences you have at school, especially because like that's where you get
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
most
yeah.
peer pressure from, and you understand what embarrassment is like and stuff like that.
I used to
So
be.
I guess it has to do with all that. But
I used to be
like
a
it's not that
big
I don't feel
introvert.
confident in myself either. Like I feel very
Yeah, I
confident
know.
in
You're
myself.
just. It's just who you
It's
are.
just
Yeah,
yeah, it's just I don't know. It's
yeah.
something weird.
I used to be an introvert. Back. I think when we met, like around that, I was more quiet.
Really?
I mean, I was like more loud, but I kept more to my friends.
Yeah.
Especially in high school. In high school, I was more quiet. I would just stick with my circle of friends. I didn't really like talking to anybody. I didn't really like people.
Yeah.
And then I joined a club and a poetry club out of all things. And don't slam on poetry
What?
club. It was fun.
Poetry club?
It was so cool. Don't laugh.
That-
Don't laugh. Shout out to the poetry club. I'm not
Okay.
gonna say the rest because you're making fun of me. But it was a fun poem. It was just filled with a bunch of people and I actually got really cool and good at slam poetry. Do you know what slam poetry is?
Not really.
Do you know whenever you see those videos or movies of when they make parody of poetry people and they like on stage and like the grass is green and the sky is blue and everybody like snaps their fingers afterwards.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then,
yeah.
I did that in high school.
No way.
But I would do it like in front of the whole high school.
What?
But my
In the whole high school?
yeah, in front of everybody, and that's how I became more extroverted because I would start talking with more people, and compared to how it used to be, like I would go in front of stage and I'd be shaking and I'd be like, and today and then afterwards when I did the whole poetry thing, I would just start screaming, and because a lot of my poems just dealt with me screaming a lot. Like I remember one poem I related like music with how bad it is in the like music industry with the whole drugs and everything. So I related to that, and then at the end I was screaming and the whole auditorium was like quiet. And then out of nowhere, someone started clapping. I wasn't
my
even done with
God.
my poem, but everybody just started cheering.
So they don't snap their fingers like.
I mean, it was with the school, so it's a bunch of like it's
Okay,
whatever
okay, I
kids.
guess,
So
I guess.
I did go
But
to
do they actually slap their fingers like? Is that
in
the
an actual
thing? Is that
like
real,
in
or
an
is that
actual
just
like
movies?
in an actual like poetry setting, they do snap your fingers. And
Oh.
I actually did. I went to a competition one time and got third place in Discovery Green.
What in the world? How do I not know about this? It's weird.
This is what the podcast is for. We're still learning more about each other.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I used to do that a lot. I don't know. It was a lot of fun for me, and I really and it got me out of my shell. Like I used to
Yeah.
write a lot. I still have. I need to.
Do you
find,
still write?
every now and then? Not as much as I used to.
Really?
I was thinking. I honestly was thinking about this the other day. I was like, I should probably start writing more because some of these ideas and stuff could probably turn into songs
And lyrics.
and stuff.
Yeah, I was
like
gonna say that.
lyrics.
I was like,
Yeah,
you should-
because
You should bring it back.
yeah, I was like, yeah, I still have a bunch of I can find some old journals that I had. And then actually in school after that I would join the songwriting class.
Really?
Yeah, because we had like a rock band songwriting class, which was good if you were good. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess.
Because if it was like a shy kid playing guitar or like a kid that like people
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
really like, people were like, "What the heck is going on?" But if you were okay, like I
Dang.
remember we had a winter concert with the songwriting class, and we dressed the biggest guy in a Santa Claus outfit as we played Jingle Bell Rock.
Oh
So that was a lot of fun.
That's cool.
But yeah, that's how I got out of my shell, and that's how I guess I'm now extroverted, as you say. But yeah, I guess because I talk to anybody, I don't really mind. But yeah, I'm still. It's still like I don't know. I had the whole realization that you were an introvert.
Yeah.
I didn't really realize it.
Well, this has been episode 3 of the podcast.
It's episode tres.
So I do want to point out now. I'm not sure if we're official, so I'm bringing this out right now. But we're having a special guest next episode. Are we? Yes? No? Maybe?
What we want to do
Let's
is
do it.
we want to start bringing in special guests and some of our friends and people.
Here and there, just
Hopefully,
Okay, no, not you, Matthew.
not Matthew.
Not Matthew. I mean, eventually, but no, not yet. Should we have one next podcast?
I would like to have one next week. Yeah, because what I would like to do is have a couple like every so weeks. And
Yeah,
stuff.
here and there.
So
Okay,
hopefully-
yeah, let's
so
do it.
hopefully-
so
hope-
be expecting a new guest.
Hopefully, next podcast
Next
there will be a
podcast.
new guest with us, speaking
Yeah.
with us, and that would be really cool. Yeah, and then one of these days we're actually gonna do a Q&A that is gonna be posted on our Instagrams and stuff. You know how they have the little thingy where you can type in questions and
yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do one of those. So I guess people have questions and stuff, and it gives us content.
I feel like I'm being told this too because I didn't know about this. Okay,
Yeah.
we're doing this. Cool.
It's an idea, and it's being made official right now.
Okay, cool.
And you can get us to all these Instagram notification stuff through our Instagrams. My Instagram is DaniVBass, at DaniVBass, DaniVBass.
And at Tonylicious Music, TonyLiciousMusic. That was so long. That was so long.
It took so long. You acted like you were in a spelling bee.
I know.
And your word is
Music.
Tonylicious Music. PH. What?
That was so weird.
Please go follow.
I don't think I
Instagram.
should keep tagging my Instagram. I should probably change that.
You know what you know what you should do? You should be having it out so you can at least see how it's spelled.
Yeah,
or
I might have
anything.
spelled it wrong right
'cause
now. Actually, maybe.
Yeah. If you just
I don't know.
if you just think about how do you spell Tonylicious Music, you'll find it.
Yeah, Tonylicious
But yeah,
Music,
go
that's right.
follow us at DaniVBass and at Tonylicious Music, and because he was in the podcast, go follow at Matt M Media.
Sí, señor.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe we should cut that
Yeah,
out. Never mind.
He does do a lot of work for us, and he does support us and do
Yeah.
a lot of stuff for us. So please go support him too, even though he was in here for like a couple seconds.
No, but yeah. So that should be it.
that was the Beats to Go podcast.
This is
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we made it around the same time as the last podcast.
Yeah. All right. So thank you guys for listening. Hope to see you next time. I'm Danny,
I'm Tony.
and this was the Beats to Go podcast.
See ya.